Hi guys, what's up? I'm back with a new tutorial. It's going to be about kick rolls and how to make kick rolls, some tips and tricks to edit your kicks and make them more interesting and make like 10 kicks out of one kick. That's really important. And yeah, we got a lot of comments asking about this, so that's why we decided to make a quick tutorial about it. So here we go. Before I dive into creating a kick roll, which we will do as well, so I'll give you like the basics and then at the end I'll create a quick kick roll. So first of all, let's go over a few techniques to edit your kicks. So I have a kick loaded up out of our pack, Criminal RAWSTYLE Kicks 2, and let's see, we can take like Valkyries. This one is pretty dope. Okay, here's the kick. We are in 160 BPM and then there is this kick, you double click it and you get the sampler. And the sampler allows to give you so many options. And there are options that you apply and then you might have to do some post-processing because the kick loses its power. But there are also options that makes the kick dope without having to do anything else. So the first thing you can do is change the pitch, which is really obvious. But then you change the pitch, for example, up and down. And then based on the sound you want, you might want to change the pitching method. So if you take auto, it sounds like this. It's compared to, or that's one method. But if I change the way I pitch this with, for example, stretch, you get another type of sound. And if you take this one, it's different as well. There are so many options to choose from if you decide to pitch up and down, and it creates a different kind of kick. So really play around with the pitch and the pitching method. Then you can also decide to change this knob, where you might want to know only use the top of the kick at one point of the kick roll. So you like make it longer and then you place it there. You do this with like, what is it called? Multiplicator time stretch. And you can make it shorter too if you want to make a really quick one. I don't know, if you want to make gunshots, it's something that delete does, I think. But yeah, you can use this one and you can combine these as well. Like if you go down and then go shorter or longer, you can do so many things. So combine these, this one, and this one. The time is just like it's the same as this one, it's just way more drastic. So if you do this, you can make them really long. Which is dope if you want to make like a screech or a reverse kick. You can do crazy things with the time, but I'd suggest keeping it to this, and this thing. Then you can obviously use reverse as well. Reverse is great if you want to like accentuate it, some things like we did it here as well. Reverse, normalize if you want to get a little bit more volume. I never really play around with these at all. Crossfade is pretty funny. Then you get a sound like this. It's funny to play around with. Then you have these here. This knob and you go one to the right. Then you can use boost. Boost sounds like this. So it's just distortion, like clip distortion. You can use it a little bit. Same as the EQ, it's just post-processing. But this knob here, pogo, is really, really important. You can make really gated kicks with this. So this is huge. And then you can change the pitch and change this. So if you take these four effects, the pogo, the pitch, the time stretch, and the pitching method, then you basically have everything you need. And I'll showcase this here. These are the ways we have been changing our kick sample. And that's one thing about kick rolls. So the first thing is changing the kicks, like making other kicks out of one kick, so it gets interesting. Then you have the rhythm part, where you decide how to place these kicks. Then you have the additional effects, like distorted snares you put in between. And then you have the crash part, where you accentuate the rhythm a little bit. Then you can add like extra things like reverb, reverse reverb, or like phasers or other crazy stuff that happens in the mixer. So what I did here is just 3 kicks, a reverse kick, and then the first kick you see here, but just cut off, and then reverse reverb. You can hear it here. So that's already like 2 techniques, this one, and reverse reverb. Then you add this snare. You can use snares a lot, that's what Rebellion does and other people too. Subsonic is this snare. Just added effects like boosting this frequency, adding distortion, and then you get this sound, you know. Then we continue with these kicks. And this is the classic one where you go like doo-doo. So this is up, and then same up with like stretch labeled, so I make the talk longer, and then you go and do this. I have a really good tip, and that's just
like copy whatever everyone else is doing.
I know everyone is like, yeah, you need to create your own signature sound, and that's true, but you also need to realize that once you know how to make the basics and like what everyone else is doing, then you're much more able to break the rules and create your own thing. So you could go and recreate the kick rolls of the Tweakas, and then just learn from it and make your own. So let's see, we take another kick. This one is dope. It's from Criminal RAWSTYLE Kicks 2 as well. So we will create a kick roll with this. Oh, this is also a dope tip. Like everyone makes the kicks like this, and then you roll it and then it's like this. But I'd suggest making one little bit of small room between it, because it just accentuates each kick a little bit more. So it's unnoticeable, but then if you make it like this and you put mastering effects on it and everything, it will just get a little bit more muddy. Let's see. I'll also load up a screech from another pack, like Screech Loop, so we have a little bit of a reference. This one is dope. We put it in the mixer. I'll put some sidechain because I want to have the kick accentuated. It's in E. This one is just in a random key. It's in 150 BPM. Let's match it. Here we go. Well, this is fine actually. It's a little bit more consistent, so. And then I just find the rhythm of this screech. So you might have already created your screech, or you might have not, or you have the melody of your break, but you need to visualize whatever you're gonna do with this rhythm. So yeah. Well, I see this screech has 2 notes here, so I might accentuate this. And then I get like an idea, how can I manipulate this sound? Well, I create a unique one. This is also really important. If you create a kick roll, make sure to click on this one here and click make unique, because then you make another sample out of it. So you can see it duplicates the sample, and then you can create effects on this one without changing these. So in this case I did this there, and then I just double click it and I create an automation clip of the volume. You get this. That's a funny effect. We go back again, and then I might want to use some pogo. Yeah, that's dope. And then I want a reverse kick. We can use make unique, make a reverse kick, make it a little bit shorter, put it like this, remove a little bit of this because it's too harsh otherwise. And then we just duplicate it again and we get, let's see. And then I want like doom, doom, boom, boom. So we go +3 and we go another unique one and we go -3. Then we go back again. Let's see. Like this, and now I want to add the snare. I already have this snare created, but I'll just put it there. Well, we can do this. And then we change kicks. So I might open up Criminal RAWSTYLE Kicks, Volume 2. Let's go for the gated kicks. So to accentuate that we're going into a new kick, I duplicate this here. So the first beat is double. So what you need to do is do whatever I'm doing here, copy it and make your own stuff out of it. So we have this. And then we accentuate this rhythm a little bit because people need to get familiar with the sound you're creating. The rhythm needs to be predictable. And if it's not predictable, you don't have a nice kick roll. We want people in a festival to just know whatever you're doing, you know? And like they're moving their arms, behaving like idiots, and they want to feel like they control the kicks, you know, like these gobbered kind of people that go like bam, bam, bam. And then they're like moving on the beat and they're like, oh, I'm like controlling these kicks. Whoa, look at me. But once your rhythm is really off, then they will be like, So it needs to be predictable, make your rhythm predictable. And you do this by seeing whatever your screech is doing, your break, and then, you know, copying the rhythm a little bit and make it go in harmony a little bit. So, yeah. And that's it. That's kick rolls for you. So I'll give a small recap. There are 3 things that kick rolls are really important for. So you change your original kick into variations. Then there's the thing that you have a consistent rhythm into your kick rolls. And then you accentuate the kick roll with crashes or other effects to make sure that people follow the rhythm. So I can do this here a little bit and then you see what I mean. So these crashes really accentuate the beat and the rhythm. And there are a few ways to change your kick, and that's like this. You can change the pitch and you can change the time stretch and you can change it with the time as well. And that's just way more radical than this one. It's just the same thing, but this one just stretches a little bit less than this one. Then you change the pitch and you can combine these and you can change the way FL Studio transposes a sound. And these are pitch methods and each one has its characteristic sound. So play around with each. And if your kick sounds too weak, like your new kick roll, you should actually take the original kick here in your mixer, the first one, and then the kick roll, the copy you have, create a new mixer. And then both of these go into one. So you still have a mixer bus for your total kick kick roll and that you can control how loud the kick is, but then you can change one specific kick roll element and add like distortion to it and other effects to really make this specific edit of that kick a little bit more aggressive, or, you know, remove the bass, add some phasers, make it more unique. And yeah, it just crashed, really nice. You'll get the free FLP in the description, but yeah, just take these 3 things in mind. Change the pitch, make a nice rhythm, accentuate the rhythm, and add some creative effects like reverse reverb, reverse sounds, play around with the pitch, these time stretch, the pogo, stereo delay, and it comes down to your own creativity. And just make sure to copy whatever anyone else is doing, because it seems to work, you know. And if you copy it, then you can break the rules once you know how to do it. So yeah, that sums up this tutorial for now. If you want to have some tips or like comments or whatever, just drop it in the description. Let me know if you want to see another tutorial. And yeah, have a nice day. Bye.